welcome to this tutorial. In the previous video, I've already shown you how to create an instrument connection session and perform BLE, PR, and TX measurement. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to perform establishment on wireless LAN signaling link, followed with the measurement setup and configuration. Well, it is not complicated, and I will show you from the first step until the last step. So let's begin. So I will skip step 1 and step 2 since I've already done these steps at the previous video. You can refer to the episode 2 to find out about these 2 steps. So now we have already connected with the driver. All we have to do now is to initialize it. So first, what we need to do is we need to access the wireless LAN class. Then we are calling the method of wireless LAN initialize. Now we have already done the initialization step of the driver. The next step we have to do is to establish the radio link. So we access to the wireless LAN class and wireless LAN signaling class in sequence. Then we call the method of configure signaling from the class wireless LAN signaling mode PR. This method is used to set up the radio network parameters of the tester, such as the frequency channel to be connected, SSID to be broadcasted, and then also the connection credential information. The tester can act as access point or station by defining the instrument type. In this example, it is set up as an access point that will allow the station type DUT to be connected to. The methods initialize signaling mode, set signaling mode, and also the get link establishment status are then called in sequence to initiate the link connection with DUT and to check the connection status. The signal will be turned on if the DUT is successfully connected to the tester. You also can use the method of signaling mode PR DUT MAC address to retrieve the MAC address of the connected DUT. And that's all for step 4.1. Establish the radio link. So let's proceed to the step 4.2. Run the measurement and we got the result. In this test, we begin with calling the method initiate and follow with the configure method for setting up the test parameters of the PR test. So for example, the number of data packet to be sent, the payload size of packet, the time interval between the data packets, and also the timeout in milliseconds for DUT to respond to a ping. So now we start the test. We create a acquire method and we connect the variables with indicators to see the result, PR result in percentage. And during the PR test, the tester sends a ping to the connected DUT and expected a response within the specified time frame. And any missing packet will be considered as an error packet. This process is repeated until it reaches the number of data packets specified in the configure method. And also lastly, remember to close the wireless LAN network connection using the abort method after the RxPR test is completed. So this is all for step 4.2. So let's proceed to the step 4.3, TX measurement test. So first we access to the property of RF, and to perform the TX output power measurement, we are calling the method of measure wireless LAN TX power from RF class. And the power sensor of tester captures the beacon signal or probe request signal and perform the average time gated burst power measurement. You could specify the upper and lower trigger level and even the gated length accordingly to your requirement. And after all of the test is completed, we need to perform the proper signaling communication and instrument session closure, which belongs to the step 5, closing the session. And now let's run our program and observe the result. We open up the front panel and we run a program. And we are having our IDN, which reads from the driver, MAC address of our DUT, and also the PR rate in percentage is 0%, which means no error packet is found, and the test time is 2 seconds. Also, lastly, the TX measurement test, the power is almost -21, which is power of our DUT. So this is all for this tutorial, and I hope you will learn something from this. Thanks for watching.